Ark song, but
Nope, not going to happen.
Not gonna sing it. It's Friday. Still stuck in.
Hello, everybody. It's Star Trek and Chill. It's Friday. So you know what that means.
Oh my God.
Everybody. Shar's hopping in right now. Shar, have you ever heard the song Friday by Rebecca Black?
Yeah.
You remember that
Yes,
song?
I'll hear it once you do.
Yeah, I know. Why are we doing this?
We were just listening to it like right before it. Anyway, everybody, so it's Friday, and that means time to Star Trek and Chill. Star Trek Prodigy has some really cool news for all of us, well deserved. Would also be fun to talk about Strange New Worlds because they are kicking ass there. I got some polls for that, I think.
Yeah.
Also, Babylon 5 is in the news again. This is crazy. They're on a roll.
Love it.
Whoa.
We love Babylon 5.
Anyway, so everybody at home, please let us know what you are drinking today and sound off. Melissa Longo is here wearing her awesome Ferengi family shirt that you can get at the Star Trek and Chill online store. Just click the link below in the description box and get yours today.
Yeah.
Love it. Family.
Family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Authentic.
Groove with your family.
Katie is also here of the meteorologist variety.
Hey. How's it going?
In a Doctor Whom shirt today, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, I was at a
Don't
Comic-Con. So I had this and some TARDIS earrings. And then tomorrow I'm going with my Jadzia Dax spots. And I'm actually, it's my first time moderating a panel. So
boy.
Nice.
Well, 2 panels. We're doing a voice actor one with some, the girl who voiced May in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then 3 of the people who voiced the original Yu-Gi-Oh characters in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then there's the one with the girl who was Tony Stark's daughter in Avengers Endgame. So I'm excited.
Woo!
I'm also running on sugar and no sleep.
That's awesome.
You, Katie, never.
Which Comic-Con is that?
Capital City Comic-Con. It's actually in Lansing, Michigan. So it's a smaller one, but fun and local.
There is some
snakes.
Comic-Con news to discuss that is related to Babylon 5, if you could believe that. San Diego Comic-Con.
It's all connected.
What's up, Shar? 10-4 represent.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't worn this one in a bit. So here we are. How is everybody? It is Friday. I'm not doing the Rebecca Black thing.
Do it.
No.
It's already stuck in my head. And it was the first time I've ever heard it.
Oh, man. Really? You missed this like 10 years ago? Welcome to our hell.
It is. It has to be like satanic in nature.
It's just a little bit.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing that I feel bad for her because at 13, like you might 13.
Have a lot of she's so young.
She was 13 and
Melissa was making fun of her.
It was not a good song.
I'm a horrible person.
You know what? Most of the things I did at 13 weren't good either, but they were not mass published, and I'm grateful.
Right.
Oh man, we could talk about that. First of all, look, everybody, the sci-fi guy, Andre Kottman, is also here in a red shirt and on the Enterprise.
Yes, with my favorite grumpy engineer in the background, still alive in my head and heart.
Absolutely.
Oh, there is Hemmer.
Yeah.
And everybody, my name is Ryan T. Husk. And like Shar said, I have many, many, many times thanked the gods that social media did not exist when I was a teenager or any time around that, because
amen.
Yeah.
Everybody in the live chat, let us know if social media were around when you were a kid, what would you have gotten in trouble for?
Everybody share your stories.
Yeah. And everybody let us know what you're drinking. What are you drinking today, Melissa, before we get started?
It's warm out, so I am drinking some H2O in this wonderful bottle.
Ooh, excellent.
Oh, and do you have any news for us that you want to share publicly?
Like
What news?
I'm moving to Wichita.
Yeah,
Wichita.
Wichita. That's a good spot.
That's in Kansas.
You're
Lots of
going to
tornadoes.
Kansas? What's in Kansas?
Toto and Dorothy.
I'm moving mountains though.
She's moving, but not to Wichita, everybody. But she's very
Right.
happy because she has a new place to rent, and you're happy with it, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm ready for a fresh start. So woohoo.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Right now, there's some people that live in Kansas that are going to be pissed off to find out you're not really going to Wichita. You're just
Yeah.
using them as the butt of your jokes. What are you drinking, Katie?
I went to a specialty candy store this week and I found this thing called Zot's watermelon.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay, so my
Oh.
green screen makes it look like pee, but it's actually pink. The only problem is, you guys know I don't drink, so I don't have a bottle opener. I think I have a pair of scissors, so we're gonna see how this goes.
that's not gonna.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
You can put
Careful,
it up
Katie.
against your desk and pound it.
Just please don't
Mm.
miss.
While she works on that, Shar, let us know what you're drinking today from 10 forward.
Well, as Melissa mentioned, it is warm here. Summer has officially and finally arrived in Los Angeles. I'm just drinking lemonade, and I've been doing this all day to keep myself
Aw.
cool.
That sounds
So,
amazing.
it's a good
I've got
option.
some
Lemonade is
always a
lemonade
good
is spilling
option.
over. I
Oh my
overfilled it.
God.
I love
And it's
lemonade.
delicious. It's got some B vitamins. Been giving me energy all day, staying hydrated. Good stuff.
I know that's right.
What about you, Andre? What are you drinking?
I am drinking a homemade coffee concoction with some freshly brewed milk froth. The secret ingredient in this drink is rum.
Ooh.
Beautiful. It looks and
Mhm.
sounds delicious.
Mhm.
So good.
I
And
was
it's
telling
hot here in
Andre,
Vegas.
yeah.
I
How
bet
hot?
it is.
Super hot. I'm not going outside like Surface of Vulcan hot.
Everybody in the live
I'm
chat,
such a
tell
nerd.
us, do you know the song Too Hot by Kool and the Gang? We were listening to that right
Oh,
before
that
we
was
went live
fun.
to Too
Coolio
Hot
covered it.
by Kool and the Gang. Really?
Ooh.
Yep.
Know that.
It was bad. It was a good
Mm.
cover.
Wow.
I know the song Hot in Here by Nelly.
Yeah, her. Hot
Oh,
in
yeah.
her.
Hot in her.
Her. So I'm continuing my 4th week in a row of sampling the White Claw with my intensely classy palette. This one is Citrus Yuzu Smasher.
Ooh.
All
Ooh.
right.
Sounds fun.
Smash
Yeah.
it. Sort of like how Katie got stabby
Yeah.
with the bottle.
I can't get this song.
No, oh my
I'm gonna
God.
be so sad if
You
I can't drink
twist
this.
it. Sometimes
No,
you can twist those.
Can you
Probably
get like
can
a
if
so
little
it's
help me.
candy.
Really?
It's
Really?
candy. You should be able to twist it.
Right?
This is gonna best me.
I'm gonna Google to see if there's a way to open it without a bottle opener. I know
Mhm.
Google has something.
There's
Or
gotta
if
be.
anybody
You
in
can
the
use
chat, right?
A lighter or the side of a desk. Also, if you
Mhm.
have a can opener at home, to open a can of beans or soup, they
Yeah.
oftentimes have a bottle opener hook on the side.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I have like
So
an
there's
old
this-
key.
A spoon
Maybe-
will work. So I'm looking at a video of a lady actually using the edge of a spoon to grip the bottle and like open it. It's crazy. Like there's some novel stuff out there that just Google
Wow.
tells
Wow.
us.
Let
Yeah.
Let me tell you the arsenal I got working for me. I got a D20, a Sharpie, an old key, and a pair of scissors.
I don't think
She's-
dice are gonna do it for you, or the
she's-
Sharpie.
Nah.
She's
I rolled
trying
20
to
for
channel
initiative.
MacGyver.
Yeah. She's like, I
Where's
got a
the duct
rubber
tape?"
band, some lint, and a cat running around here. I think I can.
Get over here, Doppler.
Where's
Kitty,
the bubble
come
gum?
here.
Where's the bubble gum? There's always bubble gum, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
Let
and
me
this
get this.
Yuzu Smasher is actually pretty good. Pretty
right.
good. It's not, I think the watermelon lime one might have been at the top. I'm not sure. Refreshing.
Mm.
This one is good too, though. I like citrus stuff.
Citrus good.
So people in the live chat are giving us their confessionals. First of all,
All
Faith
right.
Howell says, I never got in any trouble.
Sure you did. We believe that.
Yeah, right.
Well, I didn't. My
That I
sisters
believe.
did. But I also
Yeah.
wanted to be a nun when I was a teenager. So
There you go.
You know.
Well,
What?
I saw a nun in the wild today. It was amazing. It was outside,
Wow.
like on the way to the Comic-Con, a legit one. It was like,
Wow.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
The little
No,
things in life.
Well, I have to give you the story. I wanted to be a nun because one, I loved Julie Andrews and The Sound of Music, and two, Audrey Hepburn was one of my favorite actresses, and she was in a nun story. So I was like, I want to be a nun, until I figured out I only want to play one on TV. So,
That's a good revelation to have.
Yeah.
So The Sound of Music was a movie about nuns?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Maria was
Made a whole
nun.
musical number.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Was going to be a nun, and then she married Captain Von Trapp, and he dashed that.
Oh, so really quickly, we see a lot of you in the live chat. Thanks for joining. Chris Marshall, Faith Howell, Linda Anderegg, hello, Glenn Iverson, Volk. Dave Gregory says he's just finishing up a cranberry pomegranate crystal light type drink, but moving
Wow.
on to orange cream Vizzy.
That's
Wow.
Vizzy.
Orange cream.
Mhm. Glenn Iverson, who I believe is in Vegas like you, Andre, says it's over 100 outside here today. Been inside all day working with the AC on. Last time Star wanted to go out was in the side yard in the shade. Linda says her husband drank all her Vizzies and White Claw, so Diet Cherry Pepsi.
Oh.
He needs
Gonna
to
have
buy
to get
you
more.
Travis Taylor is wanting some Heineken. That's something. All right.
Sounds refreshing.
Faith Howell asks, Ryan, have you never seen The Sound of Music?
I have seen this.
Yeah.
There's like a lady. There's like a
Yes.
lady that spins around on a hill, right? That's all I know.
That's it?
And I think
Oh,
they were
wow.
I think there were children mobbing her, or
Yes.
were there children? I just have there was like children. It looked like they were in like the Netherlands or like some hilly place with like
It was
things.
Austria.
Austria. Okay, so it's kind of
Yeah.
close. And
The Alps.
she spins around and probably singing. I
Yeah.
don't know, but that's all I know. So no, I haven't seen it.
Oh my god.
So there's a Sound of Music
But
in
he's not a
Klingon
musical
online.
fan.
Oh
I
no.
would love to see this in Klingon. Someone did this in Klingon. It's hilarious.
That would be amazing.
Oh.
Right?
Wow.
I'm putting it in the comments right now. It's
Yes.
yes.
Edelweiss in
Oh
in
my
Klingon.
gosh, that would
Oh.
You
be,
know,
or even just The Hills Are Alive. With the
Mhm.
Sound of
Oh my
Music.
gosh, it's
You haven't enjoyed The Sound of Music until you've heard it in Klingon.
Yeah.
okay. That link you sent, within the first 3 seconds, there's the scene that Ryan just described, but with a Klingon woman.
Oh, we have to see this.
all right.
Just the screen grab of it.
Even
All
if
right.
Mom
it's
brought me a bottle opener.
Aw.
Yay.
Aw. See?
Moms to the rescue.
Hey.
Woo!
Thanks,
And
Mama.
how is it? Oh.
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 Okay.
Look.
So you know when you have that strawberry lip smacker or like watermelon lip smacker, like you just ingested it. It's pure artificial flavoring, I can tell you that.
Ooh.
Wow.
Eating lip smackers. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have that flavor in my mouth.
I'm oddly okay with this. This feels great.
Wow.
Very.
That first
right, here we
look,
go.
though.
Oh, run.
Friday by
Oh
Wait,
Rebecca
what
my
is-
Black.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
That's amazing.
By harnessing the power of
I thought they were going to be singing.
Right, we're
Wait,
singing.
what's going on?
So random. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, what?
here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Wait, there we go.
Hey!
With blood, with steel, it's a time of grief.
Oh no.
Fills my lungs with the sound of love.
Oh my goodness.
We want to bury so serious.
Not yet rated. This is the part that gets me.
That's what I think. I spend too much time on Star Trek. Someone always bests me. Wow, that was wonderful.
I feel like that actually made me like sweat. Like I was embarrassed for him.
I was, yeah,
I got
you know,
secondhand
Rebecca Black
embarrassed.
doesn't seem so bad.
Oh,
Rebecca
man.
Black,
No
yeah, she's
major
a
offense to this
phenom.
guy.
Chuck, hey, today is a good day to sing.
Is it though? Is it?
But that's a very good question for everybody in the live chat. What is a movie that you have not seen, but every time you tell people you haven't seen it, they go, "You haven't seen," you know, like for me, it's like the Godfather movies. People are like, "You haven't seen the Godfather? Oh my God."
I haven't either,
like,
Ryan. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh.
Sorry.
Frozen. I haven't
Frozen
seen
was okay.
Frozen.
Oh.
Same. I haven't watched that one either. Or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And people are
Oh,
like, "What?
yeah.
You
I've
haven't
never watched
seen
it." I know.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
haven't.
Factory?
I need
I
to
like
watch
the
it.
old one and the new one.
Yeah. The very different levels of horrifying between the two.
Oh, no, but Gene Wilder is awesome.
Oh,
But
I
so is
love Johnny
Johnny Depp.
Wilder.
So
Oh gosh. For a
Just
while
very
it was
different
Star
types.
Wars for me. But then I finally watched it.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
oh,
That's
I didn't see it until I was like in college.
you saw it.
also I never saw like Citizen Kane. I've never seen
Mm-mm.
Taxi Driver or Titanic
Oh. You haven't seen
Or-
Titanic?
Oh, you have to watch
Or-
Titanic
or
just
Animal
for the memes.
and what is it? Animal Party? Animal
Animal House.
Animal House?
Animal House. Yeah, I haven't seen that
Yeah,
one
I
either.
haven't seen
Yeah.
that. I've just
Okay.
only heard of it.
Or
Have
The
you seen
Lost
this,
Boys.
Oh gosh, what's the one? It's on
Love
every
the Lost Boys.
Now there's one movie I think most people universally have seen, and it's A Christmas Story. Because it's on for that 24-hour loop on
You'll
Christmas.
try out, kid. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the most shocked I would ever be in, like, ever, if someone said that I have not seen
Have you
Christmas
seen
Story.
the Star Wars Christmas special though? I tried to
Yeah.
watch that.
What?
I tried,
Yes.
but I couldn't.
No.
So bad, it's amazing.
It's
Christmas
horrifying.
I
special?
love it. It's so
It's
bad, it's
so-
great.
Are you got through it, Andre?
Mhm.
I couldn't. I tried so hard.
They like inserted this weird like sexual dance in the middle of it for no reason, like for 3 minutes, and this elderly Wookiee's just watching it. It's like,
You know what this sounds like? It's that movie Unbelievable. It's got a bunch of Trek people
Star Trek
involved in it,
actors, yeah.
and
Oh,
Snoop.
yeah.
And
no way.
Yeah.
What?
you
Yeah.
need to be high to watch it. I'll put it that
I've nev-
way.
I've never seen it, but Aaron was definitely slighted when he wasn't asked to be in it. And
Oh,
Oh,
he
cool.
no, he was not
He
slighted. He
should
did not need to be a
have.
part of this.
Well, yeah, now we know that. Now we
Yeah,
know he
but-
dodged a bullet. Yeah.
Yes, he did. But he was like, they didn't ask me to be in it. Why didn't they ask me to be it? See, they're in it, and they're in it, and they're in it, and they're in it, but I'm not in it. Why didn't they ask me to be in it? I heard about it a lot. And then I heard the reviews, and I was like, it's good that you were in it.
Yeah, dodged a
Mhm.
bullet, buddy.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So people are telling us what they have not seen. Chris Marshall has not seen The Matrix.
Oh,
Chanel has not
Wow.
seen Bravo. Is that a movie? I don't know. Maybe it's just a channel.
Bravo. Yeah.
Chris Marshall's going on a roll. He also says Lord of the Rings and Godfather.
hmm.
Travis Taylor says the Ledo Caves. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that is.
I don't think I've
Wanda
seen that one
also
either.
says Lord of the Rings and all of the Harry Potter movies. I wish
All
I'd
right,
never seen
interesting.
Harry Potter.
I haven't seen the Harry Potter movies either.
Yeah, that's not very.
It's either your thing or it isn't.
Yeah, I
Such
tried
a
with
magical
one.
world. The first
bet
two,
Char
then it
likes
gets
it.
dark.
I did go see the movies when they were coming out, but since then, like I've kind of renounced being a Harry Potter fan because J.K. Rowling sucks.
True. Before then, though, what house were you in?
A Gryffindor.
Okay, good. Yeah, see, I'm Hufflepuff, so
Me too.
Nice.
Just kidding, I don't know what those are. Wait, there's Hufflepuff. There's Ravenslaw. There's
Close. Ravenslaw. I would like some Ravenslaw, please.
Yum.
know
Yeah,
that
you add
there's-
put on the side. It has peanuts
they
in
do
it.
a Hogwarts like just potluck meal.
What's the other one? There's a Gryffindor.
Slytherin.
And
Uh-huh.
Slytherin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk some Star Trek.
Yay.
Yee, we love Star Trek.
First
Yay.
things first, we've got some great news about Star Trek. Prodigy. What a week for them. They've been in the news quite a bit over the last week, right?
Boy.
Roller coaster.
Yeah, a lot has gone down, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, here's a little bit of news from them. This is from trekmovie.com. It was originally tweeted out, that, at least to my eyes, by our good friend Mr. Aaron Waltke, writer producer of Prodigy. It says Star Trek Prodigy is nominated for TCA award as producers fight for the show's future. The award is there it is. No, that's not it. There, no, that's not it. Okay, here we go. Here's the tweet that I saw. Aaron Waltke tweets, wow, in less than a week, Star Trek Prodigy fans did the impossible. Watch Flight of the Protostar, a Star Trek fan film. Wait, that's not it either, but great job, Star Trek fan film.
Oh, the
I
fact
just saw
that they
that drop.
did you see the Gwen cosplay that someone did?
Yes, from
Oh,
Italy.
Pretty amazing. Yep.
Amazing.
No.
Looks
I never
so
even
good in
thought-
real life.
I'll try to find the link. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
think you could take that and turn it physically real. It's insane.
Oh,
She
I
did.
would
She nailed
love
it.
to see that.
Here's
Yeah.
the
Mine were
tweet.
So
Here's the tweet I was
crappy.
looking for from Good Aaron. That's at Good Aaron. Aaron J. Walke. He says,
Okay.
wow, congrats to Star Trek Prodigy for its Television Critics Association Award nomination in the category of Outstanding Achievement in Family Programming.
Yeah.
So you can click on the deadline, Hollywood. And this is the Television Critics Association revealed its nominations for the 39th annual TCA Awards with Succession, The Last of Us, The Bear, Leading the Charge, and Star Trek Prodigy should be right here.
Mhm. Well,
Yeah.
and I thought it was interesting because I read the Hollywood Reporter article about this, and I was looking through the nominations. I was like, oh yes, I can't wait to see Prodigy's name. and then it said kids show, and I was like, but I don't see Prodigy. And then I scroll down and it's family show. And there's Prodigy. I'm like, yes.
Awesome.
It's I'm so glad they weren't listed under the children's and they were listed under the family, because that's more of an appropriate spot for them. But
Agreed.
yes,
Agreed.
yes, well deserved.
Yes.
Love that show.
And it's nice to have some good news after the kind of week we've had.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm sure you all talked about that last week. I was not here. And that was probably, I mean, I was taking the week off because of other reasons, but it was probably for the best, because then we'd have to put like an adult
You
content
did say
warning.
that. You're like, I don't think I'm ready to talk about this yet.
Every other word was a colorful metaphor for a while as I was processing that day.
Oh.
Well, since we didn't get your thoughts on it last week, and we didn't get yours either, Katie, do you guys have any thoughts on what's going on with Prodigy being shown the door, metaphorically, figuratively?
Oh, I think that shouldn't be allowed to be a tax write-off. Someone found a money loophole, and that's all this
Mhm.
is.
It really is
makes
crappy.
me angry.
Yeah. And the fact that it just all comes down to numbers, and you can just so cruelly take away so much blood, sweat, and tears that people have poured into this kind of a show like that. It's insulting. to the people who have done that and worked so hard. And the rest, I got to say, Mission Log Prodigy is going to release a little something on Tuesday. We recorded it today. Just go watch that. You'll get all my thoughts there.
Cool.
Can you give us a hint on what it is? It's just your thoughts on the situation.
It's a little bit of a recap of what has happened, the facts, what you can do going forward to help. And it's in general like a very positive thing. Like we've got to keep up the positive energy, the positive vibes, because it does seem to be helping. You showed Aaron Waltke's cryptic tweet earlier about, I can't say nothing, but this, something we don't know yet what is going on, but it sounds like somebody's taking note, and that is not a bad thing. So everybody just keep it up, keep using the hashtags on social media, keep buying the products if you can, do whatever you can, sign the petition.
And and keep it positive is the key.
Absolutely.
I just bought Prodigy, the first half of season 1 on Blu-ray for the second time.
Oh, hey, second time. Look at you.
Look at me.
You're going to give one to a friend, or are you just going to have 2 for the sake of posterity?
Yeah.
One's not lonely.
Well, one I sent out, just to a crew member of the show because they had said that they didn't receive one. And I was like, oh, that's sad. Let me send them one. So they got that. And then another one, the more recent one, was just a few days ago. Somebody said that they had not seen Prodigy yet. And obviously it's being taken off of Paramount Plus. And I said, no excuses, punk. So I'm sending the DVD that way. So this person no longer has an excuse not to see it. And they will be part of the charge. But yes, everybody keep it positive, because again, if there are some companies surely that are looking to purchase Prodigy or take it, stream it themselves, certainly there must be, what the quality of the streaming place is, or how big or which one, we don't know yet. But if they see the fans being grouchy grumps, they're going to be like, well, we don't want those guys on our streaming service. But if they see us being like, yay, we love Prodigy and give us more merchandise and we'll watch it 50 times, they're like, we want those guys coming over to our streaming service.
That's right.
And it's only helpful that they keep getting nominated for awards and winning those nominations,
right?
Winning the awards. So that's great. It's a good quality, not good quality. It's an excellent quality show.
It is. Yeah, it was not canceled because it's a horrible show. Far from it. The very opposite is true, and it deserves to keep going. I hope that this is just a little bump in the road and it does get picked up somewhere, and we can at least see season 2, if not maybe more, perhaps.
Right.
Because like if on some random low chance that no one picks it up and we never get to see it, I almost can guarantee, I'll bet you the guys bring it out at Star Trek Las Vegas and they're just like, all right, word for word, this is what we were gonna do.
The Hagemans,
they made a joke about that, didn't they?
Yeah.
And Kate Mulgrew was going to join them.
Like, oh, I'm in.
Best
if no
panel
streaming
ever.
service picks them up, we're gonna just stream them right here on our YouTube channel.
All right.
Don't make as much money that way, but maybe comparable.
You could just spread it out between everyone and not just one big exec. So
there
our
you
friend back of the head in the live chat, that's John Orchiola of Screen Rant, says, can I have one, Ryan? See, that's why I'm scared to say that I'm just buying people DVDs, because then people are like, yay, Ryan, send me DVDs or I'll be mad at you. Maybe. You've seen it a million times, John Orchiola, everybody knows. But do you guys think that it might actually be one of those blessing in disguise things where Prodigy, then let's say Netflix picks them up, because they have a really wide variety of like children's and families animated shows. Then a whole new bunch of fans are created, because on Paramount Plus, it's going to be Star Trek fans watching it. If it's on Netflix or Amazon, it's not necessarily Star Trek fans. It's just going to be kids or parents or families that are chancing upon it, which will actually expand their fan base.
Yeah, I think
it's a good chance.
Netflix would be a good place because I mean, Star Trek was doing really well on Netflix before Paramount called it back, and then Netflix had an international reach for those who couldn't get Paramount Plus. They could watch certain Star Trek shows internationally. So I would love to see it go to Netflix and just the show to continue. I mean, we need all the Star Trek we can get on screen.
And especially a show that is, yes, geared for kids, but this was a show that parents watched with their kids. It was a family show. And these kids deserve to grow up with this crew, and the parents and the kids deserve to bond over this show. That was why it was such a special thing. It would be great if it gets picked up into a place that can promote it better and more. So I kind of agree with you, Ryan. It could be a blessing in disguise. We're not there yet, but I hope it is.
Yeah. Well, and what a great introduction to Star Trek it is, not just for kids, but for grown-ups too. They explain, Prime Directive and all of the rules that and philosophies that Star Trek tries to teach or tries to put out into the universe. And I think Prodigy does it better than a lot of shows.
It's a great entry point, no matter how old you are.
Well, and it doesn't talk down to the kids, which is such a big thing. Like Bluey is such a big show because it's not like, do you like the color blue? It's like, no, you're going to go on an adventure with them and you're going to have fun. And this is just that in space.
What's Bluey?
Yeah. You don't know what Bluey is?
I know that his first name is Ka.
It's like an amazing Australian, think Caillou, but nothing like that. Like
Caillou?
What Caillou could have been.
I don't know what that is.
What Caillou is?
That means stone in French. That's all I know.
Caillou, Googling that one.
That's all I know. There.
You just broke Katie's brain.
Watch the first Bluey. Maybe. WTF Bluey.
All right. That sounds fine.
I only know what Bluey is because my friend Quan, her 3-year-old, watches Bluey, and she's obsessed with Bluey. So when I went to visit on Thanksgiving, Bluey this, Bluey that, Bluey this. So she puts it on, and it's actually a pretty good show, and it doesn't talk down. And it's a pretty good show.
There's
a kids show.
So much adult humor too for the parents.
Yes.
Like it's a bonding show.
Yeah. I'm just like, wow. Okay.
Is this like the cousin dog of Blue's Clues?
Yes.
Okay.
Bluey.
Yeah, maybe they're like distant cousins.
These guys look like dorks. So it's a blue dog with really sharp ears, and then an orange dog, I guess, also with really sharp ears. Yeah. And they both are dead inside.
Yeah, no, I was very much.
That's your interpretation.
It is.
I feel like you'd definitely relate to Bandit, the dad.
Yeah,
I want to do their voices. Okay, so this guy, you're saying this guy's Bandit?
You got to do
that's Bandit
Aussie accent though.
Oh, no deal. Never mind.
I
was
because I don't want
to say this is a show for babies.
Yeah, no, I can't encourage that. Everybody knows Australia is a myth. It's not. So I don't want to.
And New Zealand doesn't exist in Star Trek. They remember in orbit we saw Australia, but no New Zealand.
The Solomons, yeah. We're like, where?
It was a cloaking device that just went wrong.
There's a whole story we don't know.
Don't find us. Exactly.
We don't talk about it with outsiders.
Andre, you said, I thought blue was Blue's Clues.
I thought they were like the same thing. I'm so out of the loop.
Hill Street.
Little nieces love Cookie Monster.
Bluey, so ahead of Blue's Clues.
What's
Blue's Clues?
Snooze Clues.
Oh, come on.
Also a blue dog.
That was like a kid's show from the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In 90s to 2000s. And then Steve left. I hyperventilated. They brought in this guy named Joe, who was not Steve. And then they canceled the show. And now they have another person coming in. And Blue just hasn't aged. She's immortal.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she's Doctor Who?
Rabbit holes with
like just never ages?
She's like, if the TARDIS was a pet.
She's blue.
It works.
There you go. Oh my gosh.
My bad.
Ryan's brain is broken now.
He's just like, oh, this
Feel
went
like
off the
I'm-
rails so fast.
I mean, I asked.
no.
That's what I
Hey,
get.
look, 37 minutes in, that's good for us.
Yeah, and also we want to say hello to our good friend Dr. Mohammed Noor in the live
Yay.
chat, who's hanging out
He's gonna be in Raleigh.
there.
Hey,
Yeah.
Go
He's
see
gonna be
Steve
around-
Muhammad.
And Mohammed says that he hates Bluey. He says it's for babies.
It's for
That's
babies.
his quote, not mine.
He should-
Yeah. Anyway, well,
Wrong
here's
person.
something that was noodling around, you guys, about Strange New Worlds. This is something that I felt from the very beginning of Strange New Worlds, is that they've incorporated different legacies of characters, right? They brought in some characters like Spock and Kirk and Uhura that we have seen countless times in different iterations and Kelvin movies and the first 6 movies and the original series and the animated series. And a little, Spock was even in, Next Generation a little bit. And the character was also in Discovery, and Pike was in Discovery, but that's a different guy. But anyway, point is, Spock and Kirk and Uhura, we've seen so much of them, but now we're going to get more, character development there, right? Then you have some characters that we saw some of in the original series. We've seen them somewhat, like Lieutenant Kyle in the original series was like in 10 or 11 episodes, right? We had Nurse Chapel. She was in like 30 episodes, but she wasn't really super fleshed out, right? She never,
Right.
the episode was never really about her, right?
Mhm.
Then we also had Pike. Pike was in the cage, but Pike was also in the entire second season of Discovery. Now, remember, I'm not talking about the actors. I'm talking about just the character within Star Trek lore. We know Pike from the cage. We know Pike played by a different actor, Sean Kenny, in a few episodes of the original series. We know Pike from, he was also in one Kelvin movie, Pike, right? So we know, so those are the ones.
2 of them.
2. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
He had a cane.
So those are the ones that we know some of. They've been in, a dozen or 2 episodes, a movie or 2, something like that. Then we've got some people that we just got the tip of the iceberg back in the day. And now we're exploring those. Like, of course, for me, the one that I was most excited about was Una, right? Number 1. We just saw her in the cage. And that's it. And then she was also, I think, in a little bit of one episode of Discovery, and she was in a short trek, right?
Yep.
So very little, right? And then another one like Dr. Mbenga was in 2 episodes of the original series. Then you had also Sam Kirk was introduced, but throwaway type of character. Then there was also T'Pring was in 1, maybe 2 episodes, I think. Anyway, so those are the ones that we got introduced to them, but hardly anything else. And then the last group to me is the total and complete newbies, the characters they just completely created, like Ortegas, La'an, Hemmer, Pelia, right?
Yeah.
So my question was, which type or group of characters are you most interested in learning more about? And so I kind of grouped them together into the old heads. Old heads is like a sports term. It's like the guy that the old, like Shaquille O'Neal or Larry Bird is an old head, because they've been around, they've been there. So that's like Kirk and Spock and Uhura. Yeah. Then there's the teens, because they are in 15 episodes, like Pike, Chapel, Kyle. Then there's the kids, the ones that were just in 1 or 2 episodes, like Sam Kirk, Mbenga, number 1, T'Pring, and then there's the newbies, Ortegas, La'an, Hemmer, Pelia.
I'd say it's a mix for me for the latter, like Ortegas, Hemmer. Those are such interesting characters, but then I'm also so excited to learn more about Dr. Mbenga, who's apparently has a long history with the Klingons and can fight. And then Nurse Chapel, I'm so excited about seeing like characters that we got a glimpse of, like seeing the contributions they made and how they contributed to the Enterprise and the crew. I'm just so excited to see them and new characters fleshed out, but like learning more about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of a mixed bag too. I want to see more of, yeah, it's fun to see Kirk and Spock and all of them, but I do feel like we had enough of them fleshed out that they could kind of take a break and, a little bit of a backseat for a bit. But Mbenga and Chapel, I would like to learn more about them. Una, I would like to know more about her. But, and then also for me, La'an is kicking arse, in my opinion. I love her. I love her. And I love what Christina Chong is doing with her character. So I love seeing the new characters and what they bring to the universe and how they interact with maybe some of the older stuff that people we've already seen and kind of know already. But yeah, and Pelia, she adds another color to this universe that is definitely unique to her, and it's fun to see.
They better not
right there with
hurt
you.
A hair on her head. I love her. She's like the ship's mother. Y'all better not kill this engineer. So awesome.
I loved her in
so
this most recent episode.
Yes, yeah.
The hoarding, I loved it. Oh my God, she has all that art, and she took it with her
Stealing
on the
from
Enterprise.
retail.
So hard.
I mean,
Yeah, it was great.
So good.
There's something to be said for the newbies, just because you get to build them from the ground up, and the actors, I think, have a more sense of freedom when it comes to developing a character that's more like them. Whereas if you're going with a legacy character and an old head, you have to like kind of conform to what happened before you. And you get brilliant actors and they can do it like that and still make it their own. But it seems like it'd be more difficult than if you have a newbie. So look at a healthy mix of all of it, but I'm really excited to see where they take like the kids and the newbies.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm glad that you added Pike in there, because we didn't get that much of Pike in the original series, and I love what Anson Mount is doing with Pike.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That casting was such a great choice.
Perfect. Like one of my top casting choices of all time. Like,
and that's saying a lot, because Star Trek somehow manages to nail this almost every single time. That's find the right
you got like
people.
Jonathan Frakes, Patrick Stewart, Anson Mount. You got Avery Brooks. You got Kate Mulgrew. Oh,
hang on a second.
The list goes on and on.
Katie, there was, when you said they got the casting perfect with Anson Mount, you went, I'd like to know what's your criteria for
the hair, the face, the sarcasm, the voice, the stance. You want a full list?
You forgot the apron.
Oh, the
apron.
Oh, a man who can cook.
Even if he couldn't
and he's just
cook,
a teddy bear inside.
Oh,
you'd be okay with apron.
He can kick butt, and then he can take that butt to the infirmary and be like, it'll be okay. Like, he has so many different modes. Yep.
Yeah, he's got it all. He's fantastic.
Charm or disarm. Exactly. I love it.
Yep, love that. Charm or disarm. That is a great way to
that could be his motto, really.
Yeah. I also want to give a shout out to Celia R. Gooding for her portrayal of Uhura, because for as much as we've seen Uhura on the screen over the years, we've probably learned more about her character in Strange New Worlds than we did the whole rest of the Star Trek franchise.
Well, so let's not forget the Kelvin movies. I agree with you, but the Kelvin movies featured, it was very much Kirk, Spock, and Uhura. And I did the same thing as you did, where I completely forgot about the Kelvin movies, like where I didn't even
they're just their own thing.
Right, they are. That's why.
And what gets
we're talking with that timeline.
Well, and even in the Prime timeline or the Kelvin timeline, it's mostly focuses on her current and near past. It doesn't really go back to when she started and stuff, or her family before then.
Yeah.
So it's like you do have this whole part of a book that has not been written. You just got the ending.
Yeah,
So,
like episode 2, we finally get a little bit of background. And I love the fact that she comes in not really knowing who she is. She's brilliant, but she does not know how she wants to use her talents. And her bond with Hemmer is one of my favorite things about all of season 1. That was just awesome, went straight to my heart. And so I'm very curious just to see how that story continues, bridging the gap between this Uhura and who we eventually see on the original series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the reason... Sorry, go ahead, Melissa.
I just wanted to give out a shout out to Zoe Saldana for her portrayal of Uhura too, because I think she did a bang up job.
She did.
She did a wonderful job.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you really see like Uhura's personality and like strong assertiveness really forming when she had to take on Laan in one episode ago and was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I mean, just to see how she changed from season 1 to season 2, it's just like she's setting up for such really the rock of the crew. Like I've always loved Uhura and she's always been that quiet strength, for the crew. So yeah, definitely a shout out to Celia Gooding. She's killing it.
And she's just such a nice person in real life. Like,
oh my gosh,
she's that caringness.
Hug her.
Do it.
You're doing such a good job.
So is Laan. I met her in person about a year ago. She's the nicest. We had a Gorn conversation. Oh my God.
Star Trek Day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had my Star Trek Day
there too. And I was trying not to fangirl.
Hey.
Me too.
Trying not to fangirl.
I love the dress she was wearing that day. Christina Chong had a really cool green dress.
Yes.
She auctioned it off later.
Oh, cool.
She murdered us all walking in the room with that. She looked amazing.
Yes, she did.
That's a shame. That's for sure.
Yeah. So the reason I asked this question was because, first of all, I'm just a nerd. The nerds like to talk about the different iterations of characters and how, who's your favorite captain, and nobody says Janeway. And it's just like, just kidding, Katie and
Shut it.
But
I still have my scissors right here.
Time to get stabby again, Katie.
No, actually, I feel like nobody says Archer. Poor Archer.
I do love
really
Archer.
Does get the shaft.
He does. It's so funny because this is how you know when someone's really getting the shaft is if somebody says like, Kirk and Picard, blah, 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 blah. And there's always somebody saying, what about Janeway? And then there's always somebody saying, what about Cisco? And nobody ever says, what about Archer? Like, he's not even like, even the people that are saying you forgot somebody, even they don't mention Archer.
Even like, Scott Bakula is like, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
he has
poor guy.
2 planets named after him in Star Trek.
Oh,
Archer's an icon. He was president. He has 2 planets named after him. His legacy, at least in Star Trek, is huge.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that, dude.
See, okay, you know what I really want to do? And I will bribe people with the $20 in my bank account. I want them to bring Scott Bakula on to Strange New Worlds as like an admiral president.
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
Continue his freaking story.
Here for
T'Pol.
Not just
I want to see
T'Pol.
T'Pol.
Like, all of it. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my God.
Like,
my
head so good.
Perfect age for it.
Yes. Oh.
Jolene Blaylock, please come back.
Well, we've done the math. We've done the math, and we know that everybody that was alive in Enterprise theoretically could still be alive in Strange New Worlds era.
Including
obviously,
Trip.
Yeah, obviously,
Saval.
He is not dead.
Saval and T'Pol obviously are the easiest, but yeah, sure, Archer could still be around. Travis.
Want Shran to be around kicking rocks. Like
Phlox,
Archer.
Phlox could.
2 planets named after him.
Somebody made a picture of Archer as president online, and this is what I need to see. This is what I need to see. Please bring him back to Strange New World.
President Archer.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would actually sob. It would be so perfect.
Him standing on the Constitution, getting all teary-eyed, saying on the Enterprise, it would be too much. I would be so here for it.
They got to do it.
Well, they could show like how much he's grown since he was on the Enterprise. I mean, like, because there are a lot of like problems with his character, and it was built that way. He was the first captain in space for the Enterprise. But like, know how people can change. Star Trek, we're all friends. Like,
right? He could not go in perfect. He had to make mistakes and pave the way for everybody else to be perfect in the 24th century, right?
Scott Bakula's perfect.
The whole
Archer
show more believable. I was like, I was so surprised when I first saw Enterprise for the first time. I've only watched it once, but going into it, I only heard bad things. This show sucks. That's a sucky,
decontamination gel. That's all you need to know.
All of that stuff. And then so I went into it thinking it was going to be a bad show, and the first episode grabbed me right away, and I was like, wow, this is good.
It's a great pilot. It's one of the better pilots we've had in Star Trek.
Well,
I agree.
Enterprise. The temporal Cold War is back.
Polished, but it felt like a realistic look at what our first trek into space might look like.
Well, and it felt more attainable for us as humans today. Like Star Trek is so optimistic and idealized. Like it feels so far away from the current world. But Enterprise, we can make that. 2060 that far
Baby
away.
steps.
I'm so sad that season 5 got canceled, because what was supposed to happen from Dakota was that Guinan was going to come back and have that fight with Q. We were going to find out like T'Pol had Romulan connections she didn't know about. That's why she was a little more emotional. They were going to start.
We're going to have the Romulan Wars, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
the Romulan Wars. I knew they were bringing that.
Yep, and Archer's canon history was on a screen in a Mirror Darkly, and it shows that he was ambassador to Andoria and then later president. So he's got a canon history of what happened to him. He could very much still be alive. But what kind of gagged me about this last episode is they brought back the temporal Cold War. It's still happening. So that was a big feature in Enterprise. But now on this show, like La'an was pulled in. The temporal cold agents are still doing dirty work. And it's great and scary, because now it shows like that they're not even safe. Enterprise crew got involved in NX-01. They were pulled in. Now this crew's been pulled in. It's awesome. And I wasn't.
That's how they saved Trip.
Yeah, maybe that's how they get in. Maybe they pull him in forward. That would be awesome. Yeah, but I like the story
in their files. Maybe he got abducted by Section 31, just like
Yeah,
or
to become their own temporal Cold War agent.
Exactly.
The possibilities are endless.
So we've got a new poll in the live chat, everybody. The question is, which types of characters are you most interested in learning more about? The old heads, Kirk, Spock, Uhura. The teens, Pike, Chapel, Kyle. The kids, M'Benga, Una, that's number 1, T'Pring, Sam Kirk. Or the noobs, La'an, Pelia, Ortegas. And yes, we know Hemmer is gone, but that type of character, I think for me, honestly, it was the kids. It was the ones that we hardly knew you know what I mean? Like we were introduced to M'Benga, we were introduced to number 1, and then that's it. That's all we ever got. And those are the type of characters that I really want to learn more about, personally. So that's really cool that they gave us so many. I mean, that's just 4 off the top of my head. And I'm sure there are more. I'd also love to see Yeoman Colt from The Cage. Remember her?
Ooh,
or Janice Rand.
For that.
Oh yeah,
Janice Rand.
Janice Rand. Oh my God.
Or Carol Marcus.
Bring back the hair thing.
Carol Marcus.
There are so many.
That would be
more characters that we know have just barely been introduced that we can, Strange New Worlds can pick up.
Absolutely.
Be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's the
I love your pet
right
parrot
now.
there, Melissa.
I know.
Yeah.
So
sweet. Aww. I wish my cat snuggled like that.
I know. Mine are like, don't touch me.
Yeah. It's when she wants to do this when I'm going to the bathroom. It's when it's tricky.
Oh wow. That sounds like it could be awkward.
She
Honestly,
rarely does that, but
I have wondered in the past, like on Enterprise, you have Porthos, but like if all the other captains had to pick a pet, like what would their pet be? Like Picard had his
Good
fish,
question.
so I guess that's
That is
it.
a good
Was-
question.
That one just makes me wonder, because I could see like Ben Sisko having a cat, just like chilling, naming it Gumbo or something, being like, "Come on, Gumbo."
Oh my gosh.
Gumbo, I
great.
love that.
Gumbo
Yes.
the
It has to be a black cat. I would love to see him with a black cat named Gumbo.
I need the fan
Amazing.
fiction now. Fan art, just get on it.
Well, we know Janeway was a dog person. She had Molly,
Right.
her Irish setter.
This is true.
She finds some sort of equivalent on some random planet on the way back. Like, you got 7 legs, but I'll take you. Get over here.
Yeah.
You guys remember the dog that Spock found with a little horn? To me, that is the most
Oh,
adorable
yeah.
Star Trek
You
alien.
mean that
Gotta go
alien?
back to that.
Yes.
That obvious
convincing
alien from
alien.
another planet.
Yes.
Well,
Poor thing
Pike-
died in a
doesn't
transporter
Pike
accident, but he
have-
was
oh.
cute.
Yeah. But doesn't Pike have a horse on Earth?
Yes, he does.
Yes. Yeah.
I could see
He's
him
a horse
having like
guy.
a bison named Bill and just be like, "Come on, Bill. Just mosey on back home."
I
That
think
would be a
Kirk
fun
is the big
game.
question here. Would Kirk even have a pet?
Would
Gerbil.
Kirk have a pet?
Gosh.
Maybe he'd get a gerbil that he ignored, and it's been dead for 3 years, and he doesn't even remember that he had it.
It's just the little skeleton is still positioned, just staring at him every day, and he still doesn't even notice.
He just thinks it's some artifact now.
That's the triple.
Oh my god.
So he would be a triple,
Doesn't-
wouldn't it?
Doesn't
It
La'an
would
have a
totally.
pet tribble?
Does she?
Somebody on Enterprise has a pet tribble. I thought there was a line that was dropped in one of the episodes.
Hmm.
I think someone has maybe a neutered tribble. I'm gonna go back and find that bit. But
Lorca
somebody
did.
on the
Yeah.
Enterprise has a tribble.
Yes, Lorca
Oh,
did.
Lorca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
A Lorca that had no problem with Klingons. Sorry, a Tribble that had no problem with Klingons, I should say. But that would be a fun game, is matching people up to their theoretical
Yes.
pets.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think La'an would have a fish because they're the least trouble. She'd be like, I don't
Just
want
a beta.
to. She'll be like,
Think
there,
so?
here.
I think she'd get like a gecko because they're cool.
Oh,
Just
that'd
get
be
an
cute.
axolotl. 100%.
They might remind her too much of the Gorn.
The Gorn.
Oh,
gold.
yeah, wait, maybe you're right. Oh shoot, didn't think about that.
Let's go
But
with
maybe
something.
Or
Maybe
yeah.
she's into that.
Avian.
She wants to be like, that's right. I'm not going to
I
feed you
can't.
today. We're bad.
I keep you in
that's
this
what I
cage.
mean. The projection. It's not the gecko's fault, but maybe she would learn to like the gecko, even though it looks a little Gornish. Like this is a part of her journey. It's her therapy.
The therapist is just like, okay, this is going to sound weird, but have you heard of a gecko?
I
Right?
need you to get
We're
a
going
research.
you exposure therapy.
Yes, that exactly. Maybe
Back at
Faith
the
Howell
head just said
mentions
that
Kirk had horses. Yeah, that's true. He did. Forgot.
Yeah. Me
A lot
too.
of Star Trek people have horses, right?
Uh-huh.
Seems like all the captains do horses.
Kirk did.
Horsey will bite
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
What kind
And
of
Zulu took
Picard,
over.
Pet-
Picard had his own saddle. If you
Yes.
recall.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, yeah.
But what
Almost
about
died
Jake
trying to get-
Cisco? What would he have?
Jake?
Oh, Jake.
That's a good one.
Well, Jake Sisko.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Jake Sisko would have a giraffe. Just because
He'd
he'd be
have a
like,
bowl.
see, now I need bigger quarters. Sorry.
I'm thinking maybe a parrot, because he's a writer and he could just run his ideas past the parrot and he could parrot back ideas to him. Or chinchilla. Just feel the vibe of that.
Chinchilla.
I feel like number one, Una would have something elegant and beautiful, like not quite like a peacock, but maybe like a bird or an animal that just like grace. I feel like she would be somebody that appreciates that kind of animal, but I can't.
She'd have a
picture what it would
chinchilla. I
Yeah.
could see her with a little
Yeah.
be.
chinchilla.
Would give her
Persian monkey.
allergies.
But she loves it anyway. She'll take the Benadryl. It's
Go to
fine.
sick bay. Just give me a shot. It's fine.
I could see Ortegas
That's true.
or Ortegas with one of those cute little monkeys that like run around on like trees, that you can kind of hold and cuddle. Yeah, like
like an
monkey.
ocelot.
Yep.
Ocelot's
Yeah.
kitty, right?
Ocelot's a good one. Yeah.
She could have an ocelot.
Be
See
pretty.
that.
Yeah.
And
would be
La, the
But
La
I would
actress,
think La'an would have an ocelot, but
Chrissy Chong actually brought her real dog for
Right.
That's
for
true.
season
Yeah.
1. Luna was so
Mhm.
cute. Oh my god, cute.
Yes.
so cute.
Yes.
Emmer-
I think Palia would have a whole zoo
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
in her
Well,
quarters.
Yeah.
For Hemmer,
We
he'd
know
probably
that-
have like a pet rock or something.
Well, no, we know that Hemmer has baby Gorn as pets, and they live in his
Oh.
stomach.
Right.
Oh.
This is true.
That's
Too
dark.
soon.
Now I'm going
Baby
sad.
going do.
Mm. Well, I guess we could close out this here poll. Let's see. How did everybody do? Well, only 3% of you said you want to hear most about the old heads, Kirk, Spock, and Uhura. 16% of you said you want to hear the most about the kids, the people that were around 1 or 2 episodes or something like Mbenga, Una, T'Pring, and Sam Kirk. 35% of you said I want the teens, like Pike, Chapel, Lieutenant Kyle, although we know he's pretty much gone for good. The actor is no longer isn't coming back that we know of. But 45% of you said you wanted the most of the noobs, the people we don't know anything about, the clean slates like La'an, Pelia, Ortegas, and Hemmer. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
That's a good note. These are the kind of things I wonder if like some of the writers, they watch this and they go, oh, it's like a little tip.
Yeah.
It's because what if they wonder, what if they go, do they even like our new characters? They think, well, we know they like Spock. We know they're into Uhura,
Right.
but do they like any of these new characters we just created? And if the fans are saying that's what they're even most interested in, that means that they've succeeded in creating new characters that we are attaching to, which has
Mhm.
got to be great news.
And it's
Yeah.
true.
Agreed. Yeah.
Well, and it's good
Or-
information for producers and studio heads too, to see where, where maybe they should put the focus of their stories.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's
More
nice too
Hammer
if you get a
stories.
decent range. Like if it's like old new
Yes.
teens, like, oh, good, they do like all of it. That gives us more time to play or more area to play with them.
Right.
So for
Right,
Star
right.
Trek Legacy, maybe they'll add like a bridge cat or something cool, like, or just take the feedback. They want more pets,
Yes.
That's the
right.
that's the
We
if
don't
they
have
take
enough
any
pets.
feedback.
Yeah.
We
Because
don't.
Give
you
7 of
see how
9 a
much
bridge cat.
people have clung on to Spot and Porthos, for example.
Mhm.
Even
Yeah.
Livingston the fish
Yeah.
in Picard.
Yes.
And we get slim pickings when it comes to pets, yet look how much we
Mhm.
cling on to them.
Chester.
Chester,
So
Yes.
Chester Copperpot.
cute.
We
Everybody
did
knows
get
from the
Grudge.
Goonies.
We did
I love
Sure.
Grudge. She's a queen.
And I think BL just actually won for what Jake would have as a pet. It's a chameleon, so it could fit in with all his shirts.
Brilliant.
BL wins that.
Perfect choice.
Squid
Brilliant.
can
Had
do
to-
that too,
Had to
right?
point that one out.
Squid
Octopus.
can not only, is it octopi? Not only can they
Octopeople?
match the color, but they can match the texture too. Like they can be
Mhm.
Can they?
spiky and
Wow.
it's pretty
Corduroy.
amazing.
Yeah. Cephalopods are amazing. I love them.
Yeah. Velcro.
If
That's
you
a great
haven't
one,
watched
though.
the documentary My Octopus Teacher, do.
Very good.
I heard that was
Saw it.
good.
Very good.
I wept.
That sounds like an anime.
Aw.
No, it's a documentary.
Oh.
So yeah, so we need it. That means we need a pet for Strange New Worlds.
We do.
And
Yeah.
it can't be, look, I'm going to say right now, it can't be a cat because we've had plenty of those, even though I love cats. We don't necessarily need a dog. We've had Porthos, we've had La'an's dog on the show. Don't necessarily need that. Maybe. Sorry, Pike. I don't think your horse is going to fit on the bridge too well.
That'd be awkward.
Visually going through the Petco aisles.
I know. A bird might be tough because, like, you know, for production purposes, it's going to fly around and poop on the consoles, but maybe
a turtle.
Yes,
it's slow. You can set it on things like.
Yep.
Turtle.
And it's cute. Tortoise.
It only bite a few.
Cute.
I think Spock has a tortoise.
Actually,
amazing.
they're old, wise animals.
Yeah. Ugly. Just kidding.
Oh,
they're cute.
You've not lived until you've seen
adorable.
one try to eat a raspberry.
Right? They look like psychopaths.
They're just like
they just have blood all over their face, or like red.
I love those pictures.
I've seen videos on YouTube where they try to eat watermelon. It's amazing.
Oh man.
Spock would need a pet that would just chill and listen to him playing the harp.
Yeah, turtle.
He had a pet
Turtle.
Sailot growing up. And I love
Right?
the animation,
Oh,
the animated story where
wow.
we got to see his Sailot, and Spock was just like, you know, he was this big teddy bear with giant. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's great.
Amazing.
So good.
That monster.
It's so cute.
But you're right, Sailot. I mean, they've got the budget to, you know,
Yeah,
the
they could
effects
have that.
one.
Big teddy bear with
Actually,
giant
Klingons
teeth.
come on the bridge there with a bridge turtle, and that's what they see. They run for the hills.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll see some Targs this season with all the Klingons too.
Ooh,
That'd be nice.
That's
Yeah.
an idea.
Targ.
Yeah, I love Targs. Worf had one too.
We need more Targs.
Yeah, we do. I want to see alien pets, not like
Me
dog with a
too.
horn.
Yeah.
Great,
Mhm.
great point. Yeah. Targs
not
or
have.
Sailots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give me a man in
more.
a fur suit. I'll accept it. Like just something new.
Amazing.
Well, we
Throwing
did
it
have
back.
Ripper for a moment on Discovery. So yeah, there is precedent for having just a CGI pet type thing. I thought Ripper was going to be a part of
He's
Discovery forever,
So cute.
Mhm.
but it wasn't.
That was some missed opportunity.
Mhm.
Totally.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, and they're transforms. I like the transforms too
Mm.
on Discovery.
They were adorable until they weren't. Definitely.
I mean, it's like you show them respect, they'll show respect you.
Exactly.
He had the magic
Right.
touch.
BL says there was a Sailot shirt that Ryan wore. That's right. And you could get your Sailot shirt at the link in the description box below at the Star Trek and Chill online store. It's really cool. It's like a baseball team. It's a Vulcan baseball team, the Sailots. They're world champions.
Nice.
It might be. So check
They're the only
those
team on the
out.
world that can claim it.
Yeah. What is John Davis says bring on the Sabak. What's that? Or Sabak. Sabak.
What?
Sabach.
No
I'm
idea.
Googling it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Not familiar.
Pike would have a
Yeah, I don't know that
civet
one.
cat. I remember civets. Those are interesting cats.
Bashir was Garrick's pet.
Truth.
Nice.
The
Accurate.
comment section is just on fire tonight.
Yeah.
You aren't wrong. Oh my gosh. That's great.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, okay.
R.I.P. Landry. I know.
Oh, still miss her.
Commander Landry, do you know at the beginning of the show, she and Wilson Cruz's character, those were like my favorite characters, right? And then Commander Landry dies right away. Then why can't I remember Wilson Cruz's character's name?
Colbert?
Colbert, yeah,
Colbert.
thanks. And then he dies on like episode 7 or something like that. I was like, all right, this is
So
bad
quick,
news.
too.
And then I liked Non, and she was gone quickly. But yeah, Commander Landry, they get this cool character played by an actress, Rekha Sharma, that we all know and love. Super excited about it. And I was like, what a ripoff. Just died such a weak death so quickly.
Yeah. If you're gonna burn out quickly, go out in a blaze of glory. Like
Get ripped apart.
right. Yeah. I want explosion.
Then she dies twice with Mirror Landry. They bring her back again.
Oh,
only to
yeah.
kill her again.
Yeah, and even that.
Maybe she'll stay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nope. Ellen Landry must die.
Oh.
But Melissa, were you saying something? Seemed like you were saying something.
John Davis said I meant Selah.
Okay, Selah.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
That makes sense.
Yep. We get that one for sure. I think that would be great if it was like a Selah baby. And then we watch it grow.
Oh, like a little mini Selah. Oh.
Yeah, and then we just watch it
He
grow
grows
as
in like
time.
3 days to the size
That'd
of
be
a room
cool.
or something. Yeah.
Be cute.
Yeah.
So Shar, good thing we got you here because we have a little bit of Babylon 5 news.
Let's go.
And it's, it's not really news, but they've announced their new TV show sequel. I don't know if you heard about this today. New Babylon 5 sequel. Char's looking at me like she knows I'm full of shit. No, it's actually Babylon 5 cast is set for San Diego Comic-Con.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
they will be at, which is cool because it seems like hardly any shows or production companies are going to Comic-Con this year because there's the writer's strike going on. So they don't have anything to promote. They can't talk about what they're working on or what's going on because everybody's at a standstill. But Babylon 5 can. And what can you tell us about Babylon 5 for those of us that don't know much?
Well, an animated movie is coming out in August, so I have to presume this is what it's all going to be about. And this production is done, which is why it's probably a go for San Diego Comic-Con. I knew Joe Straczynski was going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. It sounds like many other people are going to be joining him, though. And I've not read this article, so what can you tell me?
Well, that's an excellent question. Let's answer it. By the way, this is from sdccblog.com, and it was actually tweeted out by Mr. Straczynski himself. That's how I saw it. And it says Babylon 5 cast are landing at San Diego Comic-Con this year, while writer and series creator J. Michael Straczynski has been teasing for months that he will be at the convention with lots to talk about the new animated film Babylon 5 The Road Home. We've got our first look at just what that appearance will likely entail. The upcoming animated film continues the story of the 1990s space opera as John Sheridan unexpectedly finds himself transported through multiple timelines and alternate realities in a quest to find his way back home. Most of the cast is returning for the film, including Bruce Boxleitner as John Sheridan, Claudia Christian as Susan Ivanova.
How dare you?
Am I saying it right?
Ivanova. That's actually a joke in the show where reporter says, Commander Ivanova.
I know I was going to say it wrong. Nope. I knew. I was like, no matter how I say it, it's going to be wrong, I'm sure.
Sorry, Ryan.
Ivanova.
It's a joke in the show, too.
But actually, I feel like it would be pronounced Ivanova. I don't know.
Ivanova.
Peter Jurassic as Londo. I'm not going to try. Bill Mooney
as Londo Malari.
Yeah, of course. That's what I meant.
Malari.
Bill Mooney as Lenier. Tracy Scoggins as Elizabeth Lockley, and Patricia Tallman as Lita Alexander. Patricia Tallman revealed on Instagram that she will indeed be at the convention, and so will most of her castmates. Bruce, Claudia, Tracy, and Patricia will be signing in the Sales Pavilion on Saturday, July 22nd. Patricia Tallman will also be signing on her own from 2:30 to 7, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I saw Biggs. Cool. I was like, Casey? No, Richard.
Yeah.
Patricia Tallman's been in a couple Star Trek episodes as well too. So she's done a
Sure
lot of
has.
science fiction.
Yep.
Mm.
And movies.
Yeah, she was a stunt person. She
Yeah.
did a lot of stuff.
Really?
Oh no way! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
You
that's how
remember
she kind
when-
of got
Yeah.
started.
Do you remember when
Wow.
Data pushed Beverly Crusher into the water off the boat on Generations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
Patricia
her.
Tallman.
Yep. And
Really?
wasn't she pregnant? I think she was pregnant.
I think she said that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
But she didn't tell anyone because they wouldn't have let her do it. But
Mhm.
it was at the beginning of her pregnancy, so.
It's like, you're the size of a jelly bean. You'll be fine, kid.
She's like, Brent, just don't push the tummy.
Right.
Right. Go for the boobs.
Yeah,
Padding.
go higher or outer.
Right. It'll be fine.
Can we talk about how scary the Psychor was in Babylon 5? Oh my God.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
There were
let's.
some intense, especially with Alfred Bester, played by everybody's favorite Chekhov. Like, just loved the
Yay.
performances. Yep.
Yes, he was so good in that role.
Amazing.
Yeah, we got to talk to him a few weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah, for a little while. It was fun.
Yeah.
Mr. Koenig, eh?
Mhm.
You know, I had lunch with him just whatever it was last week, and he's doing great. He's having fun. He's
Good.
still complimenting William Shatner's acting ability. It's pretty it's nice, you know, because they have their differences, so it's nice to see him going like, well, we still have our differences, but he was a very good Kirk. Like, he was just like, he is all about Shatner as Kirk, and saying like, that he was the perfect man for the job. He carried the show, and it's really cool to see people that maybe have their differences but can still complement each other. I think it's really cool. But anyway, yeah.
Mm.
Walter's a wonderful person. I'm sorry I've never seen him as Bester.
You should.
You're in
You'll
for a
love
treat
it.
when you do. It's amazing.
Really?
He is terrifying. Truly
Agreed.
terrifying.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Little Walter.
Like, you don't want to stand in the room
know.
with him because he's terrifying. Yeah, like the way he plays that role over the whole show. Anytime he comes around, like, everybody freaks out. It's great.
Like
Yep.
Kai Wynn?
Yeah.
Scary?
It's
Yeah.
got that energy. Yeah.
Worse.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh.
He's terrifying. Like, and then the way you can't tell if he's helping you or manipulating you. Like, the Psychor in the show is really, it was one of the best written roles for him, I think, ever.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So don't miss out on
Interesting.
this anymore. You definitely want us to
Exactly.
see it.
That I had no idea that he played like a scary character. I can't
Yeah.
even
Mhm.
imagine that.
Oh yeah.
Horrifying.
A fantastic villain who
Come
does
on.
not think he's a villain at all.
Well,
That's the
those
best
are the
kind.
best. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And then there's the villains that aren't villains at all, like Gul Dukat, where they just get a bad rap.
Same kind of vibe, actually. Yeah, in his head, he was always doing the right thing, but truly, he would go inside your mind and rip it to shreds if it suited his purposes.
Oh, so he was like a
Wow.
psychic character,
He was a
So
telepath.
he's one of the
like
lead,
Lita. Isn't Lita played by
Uh-huh.
Patricia
Yes.
also that type? Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
But he was one of the heads of what's called the Psychor, which is basically a bunch of telepaths who were regulated, but they had agendas of their own. So anytime Bester showed up on Babylon 5, he would always scan people and be there to further one of his objectives. And then he manipulates ultimately one of the characters over 2 seasons. It's great.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so much stuff happening
I won't
behind the
spoil.
scenes politically.
Yep.
They're pulling strings because they're getting a
Yeah.
little too involved with things as an organization. Like it's not just a sci-fi show. That's one of the great things about Babylon 5 is it's got
Yep.
political commentary. It's a drama. There's some romance.
Drama.
There's there's so much diversity in characters in range, especially for a 90s TV show. And
Yeah.
you're just missing out, buddy. You gotta watch
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna watch the show because of Shar. And
Yay.
all of the praise
Aw.
that you've given the show, and you say character development, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
There with
Now
you,
I've got to
Shar.
give you like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
obligatory warning. Season 1 takes a little bit of time to get the wheels spinning. It'll just seem like an average sci-fi show, but keep going with that, and you'll
Mhm.
start to see the sort of tale that's being weaved, and it only just keeps going uphill from that point on, and
Yep.
then you'll get locked in and you won't want to stop.
Cool. Because I will admit, first episode didn't sell me.
Was
It's a
that
little
the
slow
pilot
burn in the
or?
first
Yeah.
season.
The pilot.
Yeah, we
Okay,
watched
yeah,
the
the
first
pilot
episode, and
is
it was
iffy.
for the Watch the
Yeah.
First podcast during Virtual Trek Con 3 or 2. Anyway, we did that,
One of them.
and yeah, I mean, it was okay.
Yeah. No, it's very different from the pilot. Like the pilot
Okay.
got the show sold, but start with midnight on the firing line, and it's just like
Yep.
you're going to get dropped into the world.
Okay.
Okay.
It really takes off in season 2. Season 1 is a little bit of a slow burn, but there are a lot of important details in season 1 that will come back in season 2 and 3, and you'll be like, oh my God, that's why that happened. Like it ties
Yeah.
everything
Oh.
together like perfectly. And you're like, wow, this entire time he's been like planting the seeds of everything, and it just takes off. It's so good.
Right. There's things hiding in
Wow.
plain sight that you can't possibly know why they're there or what's going on as a first timer. But then as you look back, and if you rewatch the show, especially, you see just how layered it all is.
Mhm.
Actually, I gave it the highest mark of anybody in our 4-person panel. They all gave it 5 somethings. I gave it a 7-1. Everybody go check that out on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. It was WTF number 40 with Melissa and Roz were our guests, and we had a fun time. I remember
Cool.
it was cool. Like it was cool. It felt under budget, is what it felt. It felt like I could hear the creaking wood under their footsteps.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like I was watching theater more so than but I can't really fault them for that.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't give it a bad grade, because I'm like, you can't, if that's all the money that the studio's given them, then that's what they're working with, so
Babylon
I don't
5
knock them too
always
hard.
had a low budget, like much more lower than the Star Trek series did. So that is in fact why they use CGI exclusively for their special effects. So that's how they got to come in on time and under budget. Otherwise, you really can't. So that was one of the selling points of the show is we can do this complex sci-fi series all with CGI, and we can do it on this shoestring budget.
What did I give
and they
it?
were one of the first
I'm sorry.
to do it too. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like exclusively.
Yep. They were one of the first to do it, and the effects actually look pretty good for the 90s. I mean, they had like serious hardcore combat, like
The
people just
actual
ships getting
effects.
blown up. Yep.
Yeah. What's really cool to see is that over time, you can see the technique and the technology itself improve. It becomes more detailed. It becomes more complex. Like the first opening shots, like, we did it. We got it out, And then after the first few episodes, it's a little basic, but you just start to see them building and building and building, and it gets so much better.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about that Babylon 5, everybody? I feel like every time we get into a Babylon 5 conversation, I'm just like, watch the show. And that's all I say.
I'm always
But I mean
rooting
it.
for it. I'm always like, hey, they're like the little sci-fi show that could, I'm always,
Yeah.
and it seems like lot, they've had a
Yeah.
lot of hardship afterwards, and the fans always seem to be very supportive. I'm always rooting for that show, even though, I never really watched
it's
it.
been through a lot. It really has. We've lost a lot of cast members, but the B5 audience might not be as big as Star Trek or Star Wars, but it's a core group of people who've been around for a long time. They're just always there and supportive and positive. It's very hard to find like negative, like just for the sake of negativity, B5 fans. It's not like that.
Yeah.
Andre, have you seen all of Babylon 5?
I have, including some of the side movies too, because they all add to the lore. And you know me, I love like lore bits. So, and it's all a journey that ties together in one story.
I bet Tasha Yar would like Lore's bits.
Oh.
Look.
Okay.
All right,
Sorry.
moving on. Here we
It's time to
go.
wrap
Sounds
up
we've
the
gone
show.
off the rails tonight.
We were never
Not as
on
much
the
as
rails.
usual.
Yeah.
We did pretty
Uh,
good. We stayed on the rails for a while before going off the deep end. Good job.
We were downright focused.
Hey, our good buddy Aaron Waltke is in the live chat. Shout out to
Oh,
Aaron.
no kidding.
Hello. Thanks for
Hey.
hanging out. We were saying good things about you and your show earlier.
Yeah.
Save Star Trek Prodigy.
With it.
Yes.
And hello to Matt Boardman. What's up, Matt? Thanks for designing these things so quickly for us, these backgrounds that you do. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, Andre, Travis Taylor was asking if you were, where did he ask it? He was asking about your background. Can you tell everybody what that is?
Oh, my background here on my Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is the engineering room of the USS Enterprise. I am currently on duty. Don't tell anyone.
Yep.
Very cool. All right.
And it's go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's a holodeck. Like the cool thing about this background is it's all generated in a technology called Unreal. I mean, this is a partially virtual set, and it's amazing the technology. Okay, that's my nerd moment, but yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
Fun.
Hey, Aaron's quoting some French stuff I mentioned last week. He says, "Here I am, arriving après la bataille." Very good.
Oh,
Très bien.
magnifique.
Actually, Aaron, when I emailed the Hagemans the other day and I mentioned something French, we were talking about something French, you probably know why. So I said, Paris, I typed back Paris. In my mind, I thought I was showing off my French, but I realized that he probably just read it to say Paris. Because when you type Paris, when you're like, well, Paris, and it's like, he reads it, it just says Paris, then I'm the dummy.
But you're reading it in the accent.
Yeah, put in parentheses, read in the accent.
Yeah. In my mind, I was showing off my French. Anyway, so let's talk about this week, everybody, before I go and Andre goes, but Melissa's going to stick around. Did you know that, everybody? Melissa's going to stick around
After party.
4 hours and keep everyone company.
4 hours. For 4 hours.
Lo-fi with mochi. Just
Love it.
Hey.
Somebody
Survive.
gets me some pizza. Sure. let's hang
Seriously,
out.
I'm hungry.
So let's see. Yesterday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we released our review of Star Trek Strange New World Season 2, Episode 3. Tomorrow. We had director Amanda Rowe join us. She's amazing. The episode was great. Go check out that video on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Then on Sunday, this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, that's 12 p.m. Eastern time. We got a lot of stuff going on, starting first and foremost with our very first episode of The Next Generation Season 2. That is The Child. We are going through Season 2 now. It's a great time. Check that out. 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Then right after that, we'll have a Deep Space Nine deep dive clip. And then at noon on Sunday, we'll have a full Deep Space Nine deep dive episode. It's Deep Space Nine episode 6, Q-less, with writer-producer Robert Hewitt-Wolf joining us. We love that dude.
Nice.
So he's there. He's the guy that somehow aged 30 years and looks better. Who does that?
He looks
Jealous.
really good.
That should be illegal.
Should.
Looks amazing. Then on Monday, jumping over to Monday, what do we have, Melissa? Okay. On the Seventh Rule channel as well, we have our review of Next Generation episode 23, season 1, episode 23. We'll always have Paris, with the writer of the episode, Deborah Dean Davis, joining us.
Cool.
So you're gonna love her. She's awesome. She was crazy, man. Not necessarily while we're recording, but as soon as you're done recording, that's when people really like let loose, and we're like, damn, I wish we were recording this part. And let's see, on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, that's 8 p.m. Eastern time, come right back here on the Virtual TrekCon YouTube channel for the main viewer, and we'll give you all the news of the week. It's gonna be a great time. And then lastly, Wednesday, do we want to know Wednesday 2 days ago? we did Winnie the Pooh on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. So go check that out.
Aw.
It was the last day of Disney spinoffs. Next month is going to be comedies, but go check out Winnie the Pooh with Josh Sussman of Glee. If you remember the show Glee, he's also on Superstore and a bunch of other things. He's freaking hilarious. Is he a big Winnie the Pooh fan? Find out on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. Oh, and lastly, next week for the next Strange New Worlds episode, we've got Davey Perez joining us. He is the writer-producer of that episode. That's episode 4 of this season, and he's a super nice guy. We love him to bits. Lore's bits. That's it. So check all those out, please.
Your delayed reaction, Melissa.
Now
we're going off the rails.
I'm just gonna finish my drink.
Now it happened.
Yeah, me too.
We gotta go now.
Okay.
Notice how we're all just taking a drink. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're composed. Shar, can you tell everybody where they can find you online and where they can find your Babylon 5 chat?
Well, okay, there's many different things that I've done over however many years I've been not shutting up while speaking into a microphone. The B5 stuff you can find on the Nerd Party. There's Babel for 5. Let's see, there's the Zocalo, also on YouTube. And if you want to talk Star Trek Prodigy stuff, we've got a new episode coming out on Tuesday that's all about the Save Star Trek #campaign and all the fun stuff. Check that out at Roddenberry's YouTube channel, and it's also available as an audio podcast. But come on, watch us. It's funner. So you can do that. And if you just want to chat about anything else, including those things, I'm at Twitter, and my handle is Oh the Profanity.
Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. That's because I was typing back.
Tripping.
Like,
I was typing back to
Like, huh?
Muhammad was telling us, he texted me, he's like, don't you want to tell them that next week on the Falling Tower YouTube channel, we've got Melissa Longo joining us to review The Simpsons, the first of many comedies in all of July.
Ooh,
and I was like,
nice.
no, we don't have time to mention that. That's going to be on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Anyway, Katie, what about you? Where can people find you online?
Yes, you can find me at weather_Katie on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as so many random fandoms here on YouTube and in real life at Capital City Comic-Con. There we go.
Hey.
And in the flesh.
I'm real.
What about you, Melissa?
At Melissa Longo, Malissa, on social media, and the introvertedrepublic.com. Walking art made by Melissa stuff is there, and walking art made by Melissa on Patreon. There's a story going on. There's a little bit of a delay because I am moving, so so there is
That'll
a
do
little
it.
work.
The story is moving too.
Yes, the story is moving to where I am moving. So yeah. And all of these fun places on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. What about yourself, Andre Sci-Fi Guy Cotman, who, by the way, plays a saxophone with the Tim Russ Band occasionally?
Ooh.
Yes, it's so much fun. I love jamming with them. You can find me online at the Sci-Fi Dre on Twitter, and then you can also find me online at artstation.com Sci-Fi Dre, where I'll be sharing soon my original sci-fi world with you too, and then launching a YouTube channel. But for now, come chat with me on Twitter. I love to talk about Star Trek and all things Star Trek technology. So.
Confirmed. He definitely does. He's the real deal. You could bring up anything related to Star Trek, and he'll be like, "Okay, here are my thoughts." He'll never be like, whatever. Nope, he's down with it. He will talk. He will. He's with it.
Will not leave you on red.
And
Exactly.
everybody, you can find me on Twitter at RyanTGHusk, or just scouring Aaron Waltke's Twitter. You'll just find me like commenting on everything.
Are you checking it every day too for news?
Yeah.
He
I'm
did
like-
say in the
Bell
chat,
alert.
no news, just saying hi for the record.
Yeah.
Aw. Yeah, very sweet of you. Just stop by.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you can also find me on, you go to Virtual TrekCon or Falling Tower or the Seventh Rule on your favorite social media, but especially YouTube. And thank you all for joining us, Glenn, Linda, May, Portia, Valk, Dave, Muhammad, and for keeping us honest, Muhammad, thank you. BL, Back of the Head, Aaron, Travis, Shag 840, Bob D, Phil M, and so on. Thank you all for joining us. Oh, it's 4th of July weekend, kind of. No, that's on Tuesday. Anyway, everybody have a chill weekend. You've earned it. We should do like a Jerry Springer thing where we're like, be good.